Yo, welcome back, people, to another morning stream. And Hugh is back from his illness. He is still ill, isn't it, Hugh? You know what I mean? So get well soon in the chat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Hugh is back, baby!
I was on sick leave, man. I was on sick leave there for a day, but, you know, I had to come back. I missed my Xtra Club army there for a day, so I wanted to come back and see how everyone's doing. You know how it is. Now, I am feeling a little bit better today. I did my test yesterday. It came back positive for the big virus, so I'm on my 5th day now. I'm recovering slowly, and we're working our way towards that Premier League return next week. So I'm excited, man.
Boom, boom, boom. Guys, if you've not done so already, man, make sure you smash the like button. Let's get those likes up. There's over 100 people in this morning stream. Hopefully you've all had a good morning. Let's get those likes past 100. Hit that thumbs up button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. And big up to everyone here. Big stream, man, because, of course, you all know how important this title running is. I previously mentioned how important it is to have all 5 of the key spine of the team fit for this title running. And it seems that this Haaland little injury that he's got has taken another step and potentially could throw a little bit of a spanner in the works. Erling Haaland's dad has been speaking about this. We're going to get into this in just a second. But before we get into what Erling Haaland's dad has been saying, lads, let's talk about Alvarez just for a second. If Erling Haaland can't play, how are we feeling about Alvarez in this, man? Because I feel like I'm ready to unleash the beast. The little tarantula, yeah, I reckon is about to sting Liverpool and the rest of the Premier League. The tarantula.
Is he not? Okay, all right, go on.
Oh, no. You fucking interrupt my fucking speeches. And you're going to
He's
fucking
fuming.
find out. What?
He's
Go on.
fuming.
What you got to say?
Little tarantula.
What you got to say? What's wrong with that? He's a spider.
La Rania.
This fucking guy wants him to be a little house fucking spider. He's a tarantula.
What are they called? Money spiders. They're really like little shit ones.
No, he's not a little shitty money spider, Hugh. He's a tarantula.
P45 for you.
Fucking hell, man. Anyway.
You're doing great, man. Keep going.
You just got your first warning.
It's a verbal warning.
Yeah.
You know what it is. I'm ready. I'm ready for Laranya to step into the limelight. I reckon it could be his time to shine. And I'm feeling good about it. Even if Haaland has to miss a game or two, I'm ready for Alvarez, and I think his time is now. He's had this sort of bedding in period all season, sort of like off the bench, started a few games here and there, looked good. But I reckon if Haaland is out for this, and of course we will get into the comments in just a second, I'm backing the boy Alvarez to do the business, man.
Yeah, I back him because I think, especially like Joey, because the games that Erling Haaland's been missing, so like Liverpool will go at us. So I think he'll have a bit of space in behind to run into. Obviously, it's all about whether we can play them balls in behind. And obviously, when we played Leicester and Alvarez started that game, that's like the exact opposite of what you want to see for a striker. I mean, like, and I know Alvarez struggled in that game, but I think a lot of strikers would have struggled in that game given the way that Leicester was set up. If the Haaland thing is right and he won't be fit for Liverpool. So say that's how it turns out. He's not going to be fit. I think we're blessed in a situation that we do have Alvarez there because guy is smashing it. I think he's pretty sure his numbers are decent this year as well. It's not like without Haaland we have to return to false nine or like switch it up a bit weird. We can throw.
Well,
Alvarez
funny
in
enough,
there.
on
That's
that,
funny.
Amar
Yeah.
says he would go with a false nine.
Well, I'd throw Alvarez in there. I think Alvarez naturally drops deeper anyway than what Haaland would. Then again, Haaland drops deep nowadays, doesn't he? The thing is, right? The thing is, what is right there. Our Queen says Haaland is a risk. Yeah, right. Haaland is a risk, but also losing against Liverpool could end up. I think puts us in the bin. So, do you risk Haaland for what is potentially the biggest game of the season in terms of because Liverpool can put a nail in the coffin, in my opinion. They can kill it. They've got 2 weeks where they play us and Arsenal. They can put this title race to bed. But it's weird because it can go either way. It can go either way with it. So, but having Haaland against Liverpool would be sick. But if we're not faced with that situation and we have Alvarez, I love it. I'm all fine for it.
Yeah, Liverpool can definitely. They have a massive say in how this title race is going to go, don't they? Like if they were to lose to us and beat Arsenal, all of a sudden it's kind of swung in our favor. If they were to beat us and lose to Arsenal, you know the way it works. But they're 7 points off top four. So they have to come and actually play top football or play football. They have to beat us head to head. They need the 3 points. They can't afford to, drop any more points. They're going to come and meet us. But I think it's a bad sign if we're not going to give Alvarez that number 9 role when Haaland's not around. I think we gave him the new contract. We gave him the assurance that he is going to be the number 9 when Haaland's not around. We're going to find a way to play him. You're integral to the team. And with the way the team has played the last 10 games, I think it's fair to say it's been our best run of form, consistency wise, performance wise, more players playing well kind of thing. He's going to get more chances. Like that period you're talking about where he played against Leicester and other games he played where he got really no chances and people were saying, is he as good as Haaland? Can he do the job Haaland does? It was a team issue for me more than an Alvarez issue. Agreed. So now that the team is playing well and our creative players have found a bit of form, you would think that Alvarez is going to get a similar amount of chances to Haaland. Is he going to score 5 goals with 5 chances the way Haaland does? Probably not. But is he likely to score 1 or 2? Yeah, I believe so because he's good enough.
Yeah, certainly. And I agree. I agree with that, and that's why I personally would run Alvarez. In fact, I'm going to put a quick poll in here and say, this is obviously if Haaland is out, would you guys in the chat, would you run Alvarez or false 9? Because You know, obviously, Amar then in the chat said he'd run false nine. And obviously, we know that the false nine works because it's worked for a few years now. But last year, it worked the year before when we had injury problems. So false nine is a tried and tested thing. The Alvarez thing, I wouldn't say it's tried and tested because we've not seen it that much on its own this year. However, for me, I agree. I just don't see how you can have Alvarez there, a World Cup winner, starts for Argentina, and then when the moment comes for his time to shine, go, nah, you know what? Actually, fuck you. I'm going to go back to a false nine. Because you're doing that because you don't trust Alvarez. And if you don't trust Alvarez, sell him. You know, you can't on one hand say, "Oh, I don't trust him. I'm going to play false nine," and then on the other hand say, "But I don't want to sell him." Nah, you either play him or you sell him.
There's no chance we go false nine like that. There's no chance. I'm almost certain Alvarez will play that. If Haaland don't play, bro, Alvarez plays. Because if Alvarez, like I said, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the point of Alvarez if you're not going to play him?
What's the point of Alvarez there? Alvarez ain't going to. Why is Alvarez just signing the new contract if he's only going to be second to the false nine system or third in the whole thing? Do you know what I mean? Like, it don't make sense. I think we play Alvarez if Haaland ain't fit, 100%.
Yeah, no, I agree. I want to get into this this interview that Erling Haaland's father Alfie has done with TV2 Sport, a Norwegian TV channel. Guys, make sure you drop a like on the stream. We need one person to hit the thumbs up button to get to 100 likes in it. So hit that thumbs up button for us, man. Get us to 100 likes. Big up to everyone that's already done so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Trying to get to 75,000 subscribers. And if you want to help support the channel grow, you can become a YouTube channel member. The link is in the description. Sometimes there's a join button below Hugh or John, like down below, and you can become a YouTube channel member like Mojis, like Dan Rowe, Musa, Anakin, Inner Mind, Lewis Gillies, Evan, Megan Rocks. Big up to all them people for supporting the channel. Mohammed, by the way, just before we get into this interview, with a $2 super chat, says this: worried about the Bayern game now with Tuchel. Well, I'm not going to have my son because I did a full stream on it yesterday. But lads, quickly, thoughts.
I was actually wild when I got back from football last night. I got back from football last night and the world just popped off. I didn't even know what was going on. I was like, what? Nagelsmann sacked? And I was like, what? They've got Tuchel? Rapid turnaround for that. But, I mean, we had his number when he was at Chelsea, other than the Champions League final, I'm pretty sure. I back us. Nagelsmann plays some good football as well. I'm actually really surprised. Really surprised that they got rid of him. Obviously, it is Tuchel, and he is Mr. Champions League. Well, not Mr. Champions League, but he sets his team up in a way that does go far in them competitions. But I still back us to beat them.
Yeah. I think with Tuchel, at least we know what we're getting. We know what we're getting with Thomas Tuchel. You know what way he's going to set up, and I think what you said in the stream last night was true. He's going to come to the Etihad and play the most conservative football possible in that first leg, and it's going to be up to us to break them down. But I suppose it's kind of strange with the amount of attacking outlets that Bayern Munich have. Is Tuchel the man to lead them? Probably not. They have so many pacey wingers and wide players, and Tuchel's all about defense and setting up with a strong defense. So is that going to damage them more than anything? I don't understand the whole thing because Nagelsmann's quite clearly seemed to be doing quite a decent job. Is it just a case of in Bayern we don't do title races? If we haven't walked the title by March, you're axed, you're gone. Because I looked at his record and he's not had a bad season by any means. The only issue you could erase is probably that he's a point behind Dortmund with 10 or so games to go. So I'm not sure why they sacked him.
They play Dortmund next as well, so like it'd be and Dortmund have a bad record at Munich, so
it has to be the field issue.
I looked at a Don Robbie thing before, and was it Don Robbie? I think it was Don Robbie. Yeah, and they were saying that it stinks of it being something like a falling out with Nagelsmann in the board or something like that, where they've gone because it doesn't make sense. The guy got on past PSG. I just don't get why you wouldn't allow him to go on this Champions League run, and he must have fallen out.
Initially, I was kind of like, oh no, Thomas Tuchel in the Champions League, you know, his honeymoon period. Remember his last honeymoon period at Chelsea? He came in and he absolutely slammed us. What wasn't it, like 3 times in the space of 6 weeks or something like that?
In that first season, he roasted us.
Yeah. Deja vu was kicking in and I was saying, oh no. But then I remember that the last 2 times we played Thomas Tuchel, which was the 2 times after we lost them in the Champions League final, we beat them, and we kind of played them off the park as well. I know one of them was, they were both 1-0s. They were both 1-0s, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But we still played them off the park. We found the blueprints. We found the blueprints how to break down Thomas Tuchel.
That's why I wasn't like concerned then when I said Pep's got his number. I said like because since the Champions League final, we've outclassed Chelsea every time we played them since the Champions League final when Tuchel was there. So that's why kind of like, and it's a weird one with Tuchel. But I back us, mate.
There's a full hour stream on this last night, guys. So if you want to listen more, I go into depth on this for a full hour yesterday. So go check out the channel, find it from last night, and go and obviously have your say in the comment section on that one. Big up Mohammed for the super chat. Big up Caden. That's me. Yes, bro. Has just become a new Xtra Club member. Appreciate the support, brother. Thank you very much. And big up to the rest of the Xtra Club gang. Get yourself in now. Link is in the description. But let's get ourselves into this Erling Haaland situation and what Alfie Haaland, of course, Erling Haaland's father, has been saying about this injury that apparently Haaland picked up during the last City game. So this is what basically he's had to say. This is the Norway's national team doctor. And this is the press conference. And it says, we hope that this was just a familiarity that would carry over to Saturday. But after doing tests and examinations yesterday, it became clear that he will not make it in the games against Spain and Georgia. It's better that he receives medical follow-up at the club. We obviously went live, did a conversation about this, about how serious actually was this. Was this a situation where he was in the bin? Was it a couple of weeks out? Or could he be back? And I think initially people thought, oh, actually, this seems like it's just a precaution. He's going to be absolutely fine. However, then this is what Alfie Haaland said in this interview. He said, Manchester City has a partnership with a hospital in Barcelona. He has been there for further checks and treatment. Now, he has been here in Marbella for a couple of days with the physio from the club, so he gets a good follow-up following the injury. And then he says this. He then says he's going to be touch and go. That's a direct quote from Alfie Haaland, Erling Haaland's father. He's going to be touch and go at this stage for the game around April the 1st, Liverpool at home. He says, firstly, though, I am not a doctor. And secondly, I do think it's touch and go. Yes, you can't just go 2 weeks without training and then jump right into a fight. There must be a progression there. Now, they can gamble on it, but if he doesn't get proper training with the team, then he won't play. It's about how he responds to treatment in the next few days. He needs a lot of care and knuckling. There are many sprints and there is a lot to move. I mean, It doesn't sound the most confident. I can't lie. I'm sat here now thinking my confidence levels on him starting are not very high.
He sounds like he's in the bin. Obviously, we don't really know the situation fully. But the way that he's speaking isn't good signs. Unless he's playing mind games and doing a big thing for the lead up, you know what I mean? And when it gets to it, it's like, whoa, he's actually completely fine. But it doesn't sound great.
I think there's 2 ways to look at this. The first one is take it at face value and say we should be a little bit nervous and a little bit on edge because Haaland may not play against Liverpool. And the second one is my slightly more cynical side saying, I think he's possibly just trying not to be disrespectful to Norway. He's just pulled out of a Norway camp and they're about to play big qualifiers to qualify for a competition that they're obviously desperate to do.
Yeah.
And it would look so bad if Alfie Haaland comes out to this paper and says, yeah, Erling's chilling. Yeah, he's going to play against Liverpool. Like, he's grand. He just needs a bit of rest. Alfie kind of, in my opinion, if Erling is fine, he has to be like, oh, we're not sure. It's touch and go. We're on the fence kind of thing whether he should play or not. Because Norway, if they saw that interview and Alfie said he's chilling, would be like, oh, why is he not playing for us then? Why couldn't he make the effort to play for us? So there's probably an element of, if what I'm saying is true, he's fine, but you don't want to upset them. You don't want to disrespect your country who you've just pulled out of a camp from.
I think you're on something there. I think it's something that I actually didn't think about that, but yeah, right. Imagine Alf.
If he was that bad, he would have said, "Nah, he ain't playing. He's working towards the Leicester game, or he's working towards the Bayern Munich game."
Yeah, he wouldn't have got it all.
He can't be that bad.
Yeah, the thing is, imagine Alf came out and was like, "Yeah, we think Haaland's fine. He'll be perfectly fine for the Liverpool game." Of Norway fans like, what? What do you mean? We're in some important games here, and it just sounds like a cop out. It sounds like joining these injuries that aren't injuries just to get out of the international break to save yourself for your club. It stinks of it being that.
Well, I think
You know
he's injured. I think he does have an injury.
He went to Marbella, the fact that he went to Marbella as well, to me seems like it just can't be that serious. And because they initially said, oh, he's gone to Marbella to spend time in his house. That was initially what first came out. And that looks bad. If he's not gone straight back to Manchester for treatment, it looks bad. So then a day or two later, they come out and say, oh, yeah, and a few doctors have joined him in Marbella. Don't worry, there's doctors there looking after him. Like, mate, it just reeks of he's gone for a chiller in Marbella. Like, it's fine. If you want to be honest about it, like, give us the reassurance. But I think there's a huge element of they don't want to disrespect the Norway camp.
Yeah, I agree.
I do think he has an injury, though. I do genuinely think he has an injury. But so do you not think he has an injury at all, then, Hugh?
I think yeah, he may have an injury, but my hunch, and maybe I'm being too optimistic here, is that it's nowhere near as serious as we're led to believe, or that maybe we're overthinking it may be. I think he's looking at the next 10 games or 16 games and saying we have a serious chance here to make serious history and achieve genuine greatness, and he wants to be at the forefront of that. So my guess is he will play against Liverpool. I think he will play against Liverpool.
The only thing I would say on that, right, is that I get what you're saying in the sense that, we've got a big shit coming up. You know what I mean? We've got big stuff coming up in this title running. But look at Norway, man. They're in this group here, yeah? You're telling me they can't get out of this group. They've got Spain. Okay, they probably expected to get beat off Spain, but they're playing Georgia in that second game. So do you not think he'd do everything possible to get himself available for that way? Because look at the group, man. You're not telling me Norway had no chance of qualifying out of this group. Cyprus, Georgia, Scotland. 2 of these go through. So Spain will top the group likely. You're not telling me Norway don't have a chance. So I just feel like, I don't know. I don't think it's a bad injury, but I do genuinely think there's a serious chance. I mean, look at the question on the stream here. What out of 10? 0 being no chance he plays against Liverpool. Where are you lads at on the chances that Erling Haaland could play against Liverpool? Because I can't lie, man. I'm probably like a 4, man.
I'm at like a 7.
I'm 7.5.
Because I obviously I have different reasons in it, but at the same time, I think he's got an injury. I do think he's got an injury. I don't think they're chatting completely shit, but at the same time, touch and go is words that you don't. I feel like it stings at just being like something that he'll get over like a quick injury, and it's something that maybe he got an injury, felt something, then they don't want to risk it again in this Norway game because of the amount of games that we've got coming up.
Also, if you look at their fixtures for this international break, they play. I'm pretty sure isn't it Georgia and Spain? I'm pretty sure they're the 2 games that Norway were due to play. And as you said, Spain will probably top that group. So they may say that Spain game's a free hit. If we beat Spain somehow, that's fantastic. If we do without Erling Haaland, that's a massive. That's massive points we didn't expect to get. We should be looking at beating Georgia, or at least giving them a very good game, even without Erling Haaland. So they could be 1 from 2 after this international break without Erling Haaland, and they may say that's okay, that's fine. And then in June, Erling Haaland comes back into the team and guides them for the rest of the qualifying campaign, whenever that may be. So they may be saying just this one international break, it's okay to not have Haaland. That's maybe what Haaland and Alfie are saying.
Interesting. Let's have a look at some of these super chats that have come in. Then we've got Anthony. Yes, bro. The 5 says, let's get ready for Erling Haaland for the Champions League quarterfinals against Bayern Munich. So Anthony's more about preparing for the big Champions League game. Okay, cool. Benno with a 2 says, never known one man injured. I guess that means injured to scare an entire fan base. That's because he's fucking mint, mate. You know the driller. And as good as Alvarez is, Haaland's just different gravy. He's on a different level, So it does scare people, especially when you play in Liverpool and we've only won 1 in 7. So, yeah.
No, he means Thomas Tuchel.
Oh, TT. Oh, fucking hell. I thought it was I thought it was
a
spelling mistake. Oh, yeah. Okay, Thomas Tuchel. I mean, I'm not that scared of Thomas Tuchel, to be honest with you. I'm ready to clash, but...
So, that was my vibe as well. I'm ready to clash. I wasn't... when I seen Thomas Tuchel, I wasn't... I seen loads of people do this. Everyone was like, "Oh shit, it's Tuchel, Champions League in the bin." I didn't do that. I was more like, "Oh yeah, chill. Okay, still full sending it. I'm still gonna go for it. I still back City to beat them." It would be difficult. Of course, it would be difficult. It's Tuchel. He's good at Champions League games.
Mm.
Yeah, but he's not some world beater, Thomas Tuchel, is he? Like, he won that Champions League with Chelsea. Then the next thing was, oh, he's going to go and run the Premier League now. They're going to spend 100 million on Lukaku. They bring him in. Chelsea are going to be this ever-conquering team that no one can beat. And they absolutely failed miserably at that task. If you look at his PSG, he had that famous PSG team with class players all around the place, and he couldn't win a Champions League with them. Thomas Tuchel it's not like you're going up against a prime Alex Ferguson or a prime Guardiola against you. Like, he's not ever conquering. He's there to be beaten, and Guardiola's already done it multiple times.
Mm. Big up Joel with a 2, says defo injured Haaland will want the Euros, miss the World Cup. I'm more on with you, Joel. I think that there could be something more serious, and that's why I'm at like a 4 out of 10 on the chances of him playing. And big up David as well, just become an Xtra Club member, helping support the channel grow. Thank you very much, David. Appreciate the support, man. If anyone else wants to join, David and the rest of the guys like Dan Rowe, Mojis, Assassin Gamer, Romy, Harry, Oliver Wilson, you guys can. The link is in the description. Sometimes there's a join button below the video. You do help support the channel and massively appreciate the support. Big up David for the support. So sort of like bring this then to its conclusion, boys. Erling Haaland, you know what I mean? We don't know at the moment. I'm guessing we'll probably hear more maybe next week, you know.
I'd imagine it'll be next week. Yeah, as we get closer to the Premier League game, innit?
Because I think
when the international break is over and all the players return to their clubs and they start to set up for their Premier League fixtures, that's when we'll start to know.
I think we could hear sooner than that, because if the physio thinks that Haaland's not going to make it back for the Liverpool game, that news will filter back to Manchester, to the club, and then invariably that shit gets leaked. So we could even hear a little bit sooner than that. But at the very latest, we'll probably hear, I don't know, like on the Wednesday or the Thursday before the Liverpool game next Saturday. So it's a massive bit of news. Keep our eye on this, because it's a big one. It could be a massive opportunity for Julian Alvarez, probably the biggest game in the season for him if he does get the nod. And I mean, of course, he could play with Haaland anyway. You know, Haaland doesn't have to be injured, but it's a bit of a madness.
Is the Liverpool game the biggest game of the season?
For City now, I mean, you have to look at it, bro. I mean, we've had a lot of these.
We've had a lot of these biggest games of the seasons, but because we're still not top, that's why they keep coming.
I think because of the points gap now, it's 8 points. If we don't beat Liverpool, say we take the L, Arsenal then play Leeds at 3 p.m. They go 11 points clear.
11 points. Man.
We have a game in hand. We've got to play them, granted. Okay, so you can bring that back down to, 5? But it then puts strain on the team in the sense that you then do have to win every single game. And we're all saying now, we think we have to win every single game now to the end of the season, which I think most people are kind of going with. But I still believe Arsenal will probably drop points in at least maybe 2 games, maybe 2. They've still got to play Newcastle. They've still got to go to Anfield. They've still got to play Chelsea. They've still got to play City. I still think that, excluding the City one, they could drop points against Newcastle and Chelsea very easily. But if we get beat off Liverpool and Arsenal beat Leeds, I then think we're in a situation where genuinely, I think we'd then have to win literally every single game for the rest of the season. And that still then might not be enough, right? So
yeah, that's why it just feels like it's a rip moment, and it like that. I feel like it's a big turning point for City. We need to beat Liverpool, and then we've got to go beat Arsenal.
Yeah,
wild.
No, 100%. Big up to Paratosh with a 22-month member chat. Says we have been beaten Tuchel twice after the Champions League final. I'm sure we don't need to worry about it. That's from Paratosh with the 22 months. Mohammed with the 2 says false 9 didn't work against Liverpool. We've drew. Our record against Liverpool's shockingly bad at the moment, mate. One win in 7 it's absolutely abysmal. And Roadside with a 5 says we should give Alvarez a chance. He could offer us so much against Liverpool. I agree. Pretty sure you two agree with that as well, don't you?
Yeah, but the energy that he brings to that team, and we know that the Liverpool games are high energy. Alvarez would have no problem matching that.
It's all about how the rest of the team play for me. As long as the creative players in the midfield and the defense are all playing to the level they have done for the last 2 months or so, I think we'll be fine with Alvarez.
Cool. Anything else to say, boys?
Who's the imposter that we played on COD last night?
Oh,
we
yeah.
got on this, right? Me and LB were playing COD last night. It's one for you as well, Hugh, right? Lewis goes to the gulag. Guess who Lewis goes up against? Lewis
LB.
Brown. Yeah, Lewis Brown.
Yeah,
the other guy's name was Lewis Brown. I was like, what?
Yeah,
that's a Spider-Man meme. It's their point.
Yeah. Multiverse moment.
Yeah, that was a pretty weird situation, man. That was a pretty weird situation. Look, guys, we'll be back later on, man. Hopefully, enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you guys drop a like on the stream. We're 15 likes away from 200 likes. Get those likes smashed before you leave. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new. Big up all the Xtra Club members. Big up everyone that's supporting the channel, man. Appreciate all the support. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel, guys. And people, we will see you in the next one. See you later, man.